All right, hello everyone. Oh, wait, that's a bit too soft. That's a bit too loud. All right, all right. Hello everyone. Just wait a second. There we are. There we are. Oh man. Oh man. So let's see. Let's see. Do I have? Do we finally have Limbus, right? That's the real question, cause that took an hour to update. I forgot to update what is it? I forgot to update this game for since the end of Kanto 9. But I think we should be working now. You know, unless it deletes 14 gigabytes again, then again, I guess egg on my face, right? Egg on my face. Well, alright, let's see, let's see. So let me see if I could do this. Go to gaming. Aha, alright. Alrighty, we're in. Huh, did they not really change from hours for after that long? Okay, 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 okay. Alright, so let's see. So, yeah, I forgot to update it since it's Kanto 9. Fucking Christ. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, from a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is this gonna be, Vargas? Oh man. I heard they buffed it, so you know, I'm not fearing anything. They had, oh wow, boss so weak they had to buff it. Oh yeah, only story should be fun. Yeah, we're probably gonna do the story, Vargas. Man, yeah, no, challenge wise, I doubt I can do the challenge, cause like you know, I think I heard from somewhere it has a time limit. It has a time limit, so like I don't even know if I could like do that in 12 turns. I think it's 12 turns. That's the time limit. So like we're kind of screwed there. We don't have enough damage for that. I know for sure. Holy shit! Starting with a funeral already. Oops, hold on. Yeah, oh my god, no, I don't think I can do that, Vargas. I might like, to be fair, like what is it? The 10? You can't reuse an ID. Wow, what the fuck? Yeah, no way I can do that. Still though, yeah, what is it? The 10, the new updated then where you can do 10 ticket ticket observations at once is really helpful. I could get like 60 tickets in about like maybe 40 minutes, which is not bad actually. Like that's gonna, what was it? Yeah, like I can actually level up everyone I currently have, which you know has made like hard mode mirror dungeon easier. Like I've just been farming hard mode with base IDs basically. But now I don't need to use base IDs to farm hard mode and mirror dungeon. We are climbing out. And hello there, baseball. Thank you for the 27 months. Oh man. Oh wait, I didn't even like mention all the effects of the 42-hour stream actually. Yeah, the effects of the 42-hour stream were wild. I think it erased one memory of like, is this actually my toothbrush? I'm like, wait, I don't remember having this one. It's like, no, you've been using it for about 2 months now. Yeah, no, that was a worrying effect, but like, it came back. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Don't worry, don't worry. Don't worry, baseball. Minor effect. Like, I don't know. Because when it comes to memory retention, I've always been a bit spotty when it comes to that. I think that just like I think that just like pushed it to its limit a bit. Alrighty, but let's get to the story. So wow, a funeral already. A funeral was held for Martin, the LCE researchers today. I thought I'd seen more than my fair share of deaths throughout my journey with the sinners. But never before had I witnessed this many people gathered in one place to mourn the deceased together. The unfamiliarity made me feel a bit out of place. You're right. Maybe in the city they don't really mourn that much. Like holy shit, they definitely don't mourn where oh my fucking god, what section did Hong Lu live again? Like there's so many fucking corpses that happen on a daily basis with each like shuffling of the rooms. Am I doing this right? Most of the sinners seem to have been feeling the similar sense of being out of their element as well. Some of them were asking Mersault, apparently the most knowledgeable. What the fuck? Wait, Mersault has the most knowledge of funerals. Why? Man, they can't just keep spraying up random Mersault lore on us. Expressing respect is the primary purpose. Hand placement and gesture are unimportant if that objective can be accomplished. Hey, where do I put this? Beneath the third pillar to the right. Can't any of you quit chatting for 1 second? Have you all forgotten the instructions to carry yourselves with solemn propriety and that befits the occasion? Cut me some slack. I haven't been to funerals all that much. I mean, I did tell you to read the manual. I even underlined the important parts for you. Man, Ishmael, you still have that trait? Sorry, Ishi, the wall of text was just too much for me. My focus started fizzling out from page 30 onwards. Had every sinner here attended a funeral before? Back where we set foot in that grim-mannered T-Corp? Ah, thou speakest of the funeral held in young Heathcliff's manor, dost thou not? The one bereft of the dead. Bereft of the dead? I mean, someone have died. Because there would have been a property dispute big enough to involve the... I'm still not sure how to say that. Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi. Oofy. Association's notarization otherwise. I've had this time and time again, but it was just an intentional anonymity to prevent the family strife. Intentional anonymity, is it? If the situation was indeed as thou sayest, then there was no helping it, forsooth. Yet 'tis a pity that the dead wasn't named at their own funeral. Than the name of the deceased was. Ooh, God. No, fuck. Yeah, we're still dealing with this. It was Catherine's funeral. She was very dear to Heathcliff. I have thoroughly reviewed the past 5 years worth of local newspapers pertaining to the matter, and no such name relevant to the case was identified, manager. It's fine, Clockhead. At least you remember. That's good enough, innit? It had to be the Golden Bow's influence. Someone along the way. Everyone's memories of the event of Wuthering Heights had become warped. Oh, God. The sinner seemed to think that the Golden Bow had always been there in the manor, and that Nellie was coaxed into stealing it by Herman. Lifted in their minds was now a grieving brother who had been conducting research for his dead sister's sake. Nobody questioned, not Don Quixote nor Faust. Every single sinner believed the twisted version of the memory, as if it was proven fact. Heathcliff and I gave up trying to correct him instead. We just check in on each other's memories every now and then. No, that's nice. Because there's something that he and I realized. It was that anything tied to Catherine had already been painted over. Every detail gilded and glossed over with the glow of the bow. The point is, how should I put this? The circumstance of that funeral did exactly leave us much room to properly express our condolences back then. I think Heathcliff's running on a rampage and that Hindley guy bent on interfering with the execution of the will. I see that sort of impediment was pretty common stuff for funerals. Apparently not. But apparently not, huh? Yeah, I mean, like, I doubt any of these guys in the funeral right now have a will. And thus, I give all of my drinks, my orange drinks to Hohenheim. Please give it out to the other employees. No, well, I think it's rare to see people's proper funeral procedures. I've traveled around quite a bit myself. I can't confidently say that I've never been to a legitimate funeral. The one at Wuthering Heights was one of the proper funerals, if only for pretending to have a process. Yeah, he at least prepared a coffin and even had a formal rereading of the will. It seems the funeral was far from being an everyday custom in the city. Funerals are considered rather extravagant practice here as well. Corporations are not eager to grant time offs just because they're relevant someone that's died. And the price of real estate seldom makes it viable to buy land and erect memorial houses out of it. Then, what other options do you usually have? You used to just leave them where they died, and after one night's sleep, the bodies were gone. Oh, yeah! Right, sweepers. Better than paying loads of money to bury him somewhere. Just have that stir up a load of daft rumors, eh? You know, rumors about there being valuables buried with the bodies, or an arm being some fancy prosthesis. All that rot. Better let the dead go in peace than to bury them in the grave just to got some saws to later desecrate it. Hello there, Vivi. Yeah, we're dealing with some rather heavy stuff already. Really interesting stuff as well. Like, yeah, I guess, oh, wait, why is there two floating lobes? That was from the other stream. Get back here. Nom 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 nom. Also, we used some of the loaf baseball. And with your 50 pesos on Hungry Loaf of a 1. Double summon Hungry Loaf of a 1. We're not in the 42-hour stream anymore. But how goes it, Vivi? In Hong Yuan, people tend to set up graves if they have enough room to spare. Of course, there wasn't guaranteed they would lose the burial room by the next restructuring day. But I'm scuffed and hung his head. Oh my god, how do you read this word? I thought it was obtuse at first. What is this? Hello there, Harness. Oh my god, let me just search about to read that. What is that mean? What is that word's meaning anyway? Hohenheim. Okay. Alright, sure. Useless or futile. ODOs. ODOs. ODOs? Like it's a D, there's a D in there. There's a D sound for some reason. Yeah, no, there's a D sound, so it's ODOs? What the fuck? Okay, audio is foolishness, all of it. Oh god. And very nice, Phoebe, very nice. I wish you good luck in that. Hopefully you weren't, what is it, you weren't procrastinating all that time. No, I guess you would have utter confidence in that. Also, hello there, Harness. Comforting the soul of the departed. Another mendacity. All the fun so carelessly squandered. All of the purpose of furnishing the living with a fragile excuse to cling on. Are those words from his heart, or there's something to convince himself? Whichever was the truth. I couldn't see the look from his face with his head tucked so low. The funeral didn't last long. Just a brief moment of silence, followed by quick goodbyes. They're shorter still. The ceremony came to a close once Alyssa, who had still been in recovery, came to pay her final respects. The flames devoured the coffins of Martin and the other researchers, announcing the end of their existence with a crackle of firewood. Oh, okay, they're being cremated. Yeah, that makes sense for a lab. So I suppose you'll be leaving now. Oh, you weren't gonna stay until Gregor's stable enough to try. Yeah, Gregor's still asleep. Wait, is Gregor still gonna be asleep? Does that mean we won't have access to his healing passive? Oh no. And that was all the healing I had, actually. That might be horrid for us. Don't take my 5 healing per turn away from me. Meanwhile, someone using was it fluid sac? Look, I can heal my whole team. 20 HP. Well, please use freaking Capo Mersalt Biscuit. It would make this game way easier. Ah, fuck. Dante will remain here until Gregor's condition settles. Ah. Gregor came to his senses again in a few days after his unforeseen metamorphosis in battle against the thumb nurse fodder. He was given a checkup. Said there's no cause for concern. Physically, that is, the psychological assessment tuned up disastrous. To say the least, Gregor was declared unfit for combat deployment for the time being. Jesus Christ. No. No more ampules for all of you. So you won't be leaving just yet. Good to know. I assume you'll be okay with us borrowing Sinclair for a while. Hmm? Me? Yes, though LCA wants to look into a sign you manifested, Sinclair. Higher ups didn't waste a second green lighting project, which means what I'm telling you is more of a notice of investigation than a request for permission. What investigation? What are you? It's just a rather rudimentary instance of human experimentation. Commerce. Oh man, yeah, Hohenheim. That makes it better for sure, Hohenheim. Yeah, don't worry, Claire. We're just gonna, you know, do some surgery on you, open you up and stuff like that. You know, the works. Let's see what's inside that head of yours. Human experimentation. Did you really have to put it like that, boss? Not to worry, Sinclair. A swipe or two of your skin, maybe talk therapy, and that's all there is to it. Of course, if you had your consent, the avenues of research would be vast. Oh my fucking god! No, I'm not giving you my consent! For your reference, the other departments have submitted some quite enthusiastic requests for research and observational purposes. Oh, you have no idea. We got a boss to fend off the LCA's Mirror World Observatorium department and their hissy fits. They wanted to be the first ones to get their hands on you and to spearhead the research, you see. I'd be Aladdin. They had kept you in for a good few months before letting you go. So you can at least thank us and be a good boy and cooperate. Ah, just in time. Our researchers are here. Lisa waved at the researchers, fleeing out the whole funeral hall after paying their respects. It wasn't long before Sinclair found himself surrounded on all sides. Wait, I'm perfectly capable there walking out my own, so just don't run any painful tests on me! Of course, Stay strong, Sinclair. Yeah, don't worry. I mean, even if you get turned into a sculpture or something like that, it's not gonna be too bad. I I hope. I think Dante could bring you back from being a sculpture. All I could do was offer unspoken encouragement to Sinclair, who sounded really ready to collapse into a full-blown panic at any minute. What about you? Not going with them? Oh, it's back to long-term recovery reward for me. I always thought the scientific research was one thing that flamed my passion. When the recent events have introduced me to the merits of paid sick leave, I really realized that time off beats research projects in my book. Marginally. Hello there, Dot One. How do you do? Yeah, no. I have survived the 42-hour stream. Honestly, the effects of the 42-hour stream were kind of funny. But they kind of faded after like a day or two. Like, yeah. I think I mentioned it in the... Yeah, I mentioned the start of the stream. I forgot what my toothbrush was. Like I thought it was like a new thing. It's like, oh wait, maybe I bought this like yesterday. Ah man. Food with mint. I'm like in desserts. I think it was mainly desserts actually. I don't really have mint jelly with any lamb or anything like that harness. But I think if it's a sweet thing, I would try a mint dessert. Sorry about it. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Dot. I have a hard time shortcutting in first introductions. Ooh. At least first introductions of the day, but there we go. Join while it lasts. I highly suspect that every request for PTO submitted by our department will be rejected for the rest of the year. But your average corporation doesn't give more than a week off a year. As his Alyssa trudged off, dragging her footsteps. The researcher sees Sinclair and Winston carried the... Well, I mean, I think we can make do without Sinclair. Granted, Sinclair is one of our main damage dealers. Don't worry, Don. Don't worry. Do not feel obligated to catch a stream. To be fair, Wednesday it's gonna be more your speed because it's Shadow the Hedgehog. Hopefully I get another ending for Shadow the Hedgehog. Alrighty, we should get going too. Oh, do you all have somewhere else to be? Well, I thought I'd go visit Gregor. I'm worried about him. You'll get something to help with. Gotta be here for. Got something to help with. Gotta be here for it. I'm gonna go with Sinclair to get some rest. Also to keep an eye on the researchers and stop them if they try anything fishy with experiments. Let me know later if you need anything, Dante. Sinners fanned out in different directions. They seem to have their own errands to run during our stay at LCE. Well, fine. Who needs all of that, right? We can just summon them all through Malkuth. I think. I don't even think we have control over the Malkuth power. Everyone's busy with their own thing. And the ones keeping me company now were Ryoshi would be filling our air with a thick secret smoke. And Dr. Yone, who was sniffing and asking around every corner for Vespa in a valiant sniffing? Oh no, sniffing around every corner, like searching. Okay, I got it. It's like, you want to smell Vespa? Sniffing and asking around at every corner for Vespa. A valiant quest for the new color fix's whereabouts. Oh shit, I know some people in the Liar Discord who would like to sniff Vespa, but alrighty. There we go. Fausto's still there too, staring blankly in the air. The big sniff, like, come on. It's like... No, you have to sniff at both your nostrils and your mouth again, so it's... Nah, I don't think you can hear any of that. Alright. Is she accessing the Gazelle? I need to know a consistent way to say this too. Like Gazelle shaft. I'm pretty sure it's Gazelle. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure how to say that. Liar, how do you say this word? I think I keep saying it in different ways. With your heart, okay. You seem to have time to spare, manager. As I stood there wondering what should I do in the time. Hohenheim, who had already finished tackling the stack of paper, tackling and signing papers, walked over to me. Hello, Thunderbird. Were you feeling better? Hungry level 1. This makes things rather convenient. There is something I had intended to discuss with you and Cineriyoshu. A matter that requires your assistance. What kind of assistance? WKOA, says CH. Wait a minute, did Ryoshu just step in as my interpreter? Huh. Oh my god, wait, what? Oh, Clockhead! Wait. Alright. Yeah, I was wondering what CH was. WKOA. Oh, wait a minute. What kind of assistance? Oh, okay, there we go. So usually you can just say, there we go. I was wondering what CH was. Clockhead. It kind of seems like everyone calls Dante Clockhead still. Granted. I think everyone's informal except Auris, maybe, right? It's not that I don't appreciate her gesture, especially since she'd snap at me and tell me to find someone else to interpret wherever the issue came up. But I can't help but doubt whether her choice, the method of interpretation, actually accomplishes anything. There is, I must admit, a certain novelty in witnessing the reconstitution of which requires interpretation, and yet another linguistic form equally demanding of it. It would seem we are in need of more manpower. Searching his head, Hohenheim looked around for a moment, before coming to a sudden pause as though an idea had crossed his mind. At the end, his gaze of a certain someone who was busy badgering the LCCA employees with a relentless questioning. Who else, pray, might know where he is thou knowest not? Now listen closely, the one I seek is a banner air fashioned in the likeness of a bull. Oh, man. Wait, does Vespa have a bowl cut? I never noticed. Then again, you know, like I never noticed Vespa had a bowl cut. I thought it was like a normal cut. Okay. You there, why don't you join us too? Dost thou speak of me? The SA personnel who were cornered by Don Quixote and a rather forceful interrogation regarding Vespa's whereabouts, took the opportunity and fled the scene without so much as a backward glance in the moment. The captain turned her head to answer Hohenheim. Indeed, there must be a task that requires your assistance, but I have yet more words to trade with the most noble yellow harpoon. You seek to emulate the virtue of chivalry. Does that entail turning down the earnest plea of those in need? You know what, Hohenheim? Good on you. Good on you, Hohenheim. That's really nice. I. For the sake of clarity and distinction, it would be prudent to assign you with a different identifier from that of my assistants. You are to be number 2, that is assistant number 2. I have not yet concluded my exchange with the Yellow Harpoon, but no true knight would abandon those who call for aid. Pray speak for thy quest. How may I have service to thee? Delegated that interpreting the Mage's speech to sinner number 4 has proven to be counterproductive. As such, your task will be to report to me what the manager says. Oh ho, that is indeed a simple task. However, this WKOA eludeth mine understanding as well. Prithee, allow me the little time to uncover its mystery. Relay the Mage's words, not Sister Sinner Ryoshu's. You're asking what kind of assistance you need. The request for... I like how Hohenheim asked for Don Quixote first before Faust. The request for interpretation was not directed at you, but I cannot deny that your meddling in the present circumstances is a welcome one. It's simply that the irrationality and inefficiency of suboptimal staffing choice and workflow have become sufficiently unbearable. Faust hoped this is not a guileful scheme devised to elicit Faust's cooperation. In any case, Magic, this request of mine concerns an investigation into the back doors located in the House of Spiders. I think the two should be the ones most familiar with the structure and layout. The house, after all, you were the one monitoring entirely of the 5-pronged assault operation, and Sinner Force familiarity does not bear repeating. How do we get to the? How do we go to this House of Spiders right away? You have assisted enough. Perhaps you can help Faust. Sure. Well, then not word for word, Faust relayed my attention to Hohenheim, who responded by shaking his head. Okay. Not immediately, no. There's no member you could bring along. One more member? Seeing me tilting your head, Hohenheim pushed up in his glasses. The apprentice who was captured alive in the House of Spiders. Kira, she has regained consciousness. Oh, wait a minute. Do we get to use, do we get Kira as like a sub-party member? If so, then I don't think I have much to worry about. Like, Kira's moveset was pretty strong. Okay. It seems there's gonna be a lot of story as well. The place Hohenheim led us looked a lot like a recovery ward, for more like an interrogation chamber. Though every single medical equipment was installed around seemed to be state-of-the-art. This place looks well equipped. Probably a direct order from upper management. All the technologies to restore lost body parts are common enough in the city. A facility of this is required to preserve the original form of her lower body and the reconstruction process while keeping costs reasonable. Reasonable, huh? Do I want to ask how expensive the other options are if this counts as reasonable? Damn. Whew. Choked on spit for a bit there. A windowless room, thick with sharp scent of medicine and chemicals. Kira was sitting... Oh, hey, look, stomach scar. Anyway, Kira was sitting on the bed in the center of the room, kicking her feet as she regarded us. I'm surprised that the jacket is still fully intact. For someone recovering from a bisection, she didn't look much different from how she appeared when I'd seen her through the Sinner's shared vision. She was captured alive for the extraction information, yes? How far along is the progress of the extraction? Hasn't begun yet. It hasn't yet begun. Actually, we were waiting until the lines of information that weren't questioned can be isolated. So far, all available personnel are fully engaged in analyzing the documents and items recovered in the House of Spiders. And what you even doing here? There's work to be done, cognate upon the information obtainable only from a recent inhabitant of the House of Spiders. And following a discussion with upper management, I have yet decided to put you to use in the company had originally intended. No TV, no comic books, just a prickly glare and a cold shoulder whenever they ask for something to pass the time. Now you suddenly need my help, huh? Give me one reason I could cooperate. Well, I should. Hohenheim didn't so much as twitch an eyebrow at Kira's biting tone. He immediately gave her a nod with a steely, interpretable. There we go. Interpretable expression. I didn't ask for your help. Put you to use, I believe is what I said. What? Your survival is not incidental. It is a result of a calculation. The company anticipates a potential profit by keeping you alive. Expected gain, as the term goes. Not such forecasts on the company's part. You have already been disposed of. The upper management consists of people who would be disinclined to tolerate the daily maintenance and the depreciation cost of this room, even at half the current numbers. Which brings us to the next point. Should you insist on maintaining this uncooperative attitude, the company may decide to convene at a meeting to reassess your worth. Shall we say lack thereof in its projected income level statement. It's alright, liar. It's alright. You should do Limbus Company in one stream, actually, liar. You can do it all in one stream. I believe in you. But suffice to say that such assessment would skew heavily against your favor. Outcome would be a recommendation for the immediate disposal. When I'm always had a way with words that could prickle and sting. But with Kira, it almost felt as if you traded the usual thought of a sharper knife, insisting on twisting it right where it hurts. I'm dead meat as soon as my usefulness runs out anyway. And I'm like, you're gonna let me live, not after I killed a bazillion of your guys. So you anticipate any form of cooperation level so you anticipate some form of corporate level retaliatory response against your person. That's indeed a curious line of reasoning. They must tell you that unlike your typical backstreet syndicate, such as the Middle, corporate entities in the city tend to avoid choices that may incur losses. The value of information that could be extracted from an apprentice in the Middle and a carpet paths honed under the tutelage of the great bird in the Middle. These two considerations are likely to increase your value in the eyes of the company. You all got zero self-respect, huh? You should consider yourself fortunate. The heck are you on about? Other companies will not solicit your cooperation by means of verbal exchange. Interrogator would simply open your cranium, harvest your brain, and extract any and all necessary information without going through intermediary steps such as this. Even without resorting to such methods, the available means to compel the disclosure of information is practically limitless. Truth serums, hypnotic suggestions, electrical shocks, and simulations, of course, the procedures utilizing distortions and abnormalities. That being said, the LCE department therefore is to distance itself from such uncivilized approaches that may entail complications and after effects. I do hope we share similar dilection? Yes, dilection. Felicitations, malefactors! You're so freaking annoying, you know that, mister? The feeling is entirely mutual. Leaving the biting chill of his threats to sink in, Hohenheim turned toward the exit. Give her some push and bring her along. I'm quite seemed to be myself today. No disregard that. Two was too foolish a thing to say. Hello there, Hickory, with your 50% hogging off of a 1! Now the first matter to you, Manager. Work of this sort likely falls more within your capabilities than my own. And with that, Hohenheim stepped out of my room, leaving me to deal with Kira. Not at 5 yet. Not at 5 yet, I think. Yeah, not at 5 yet. His reaction was understandable. SVL and LCE had only finished laying its dead researchers. The rest. Kira was probably the last person anyone would have a face right now, much less speak to. What should I even say to persuade her? I still caught it when someone quite unexpectedly made her way to Kira. Yoshihide? You heard you got stabbed in the back by Matthias. That's not true. If I wasn't landing a fatal blow unless it cut through me too. That's why he did exactly that, to aim for the enemy's head. Besides, he made the right choice. A little sacrifice ain't a thing in a family. Family coming from him, a middle of mud thrown out of his kennel. Oh, sure thing. Man, someone took my hat. Wonder who could it be? Does it sound ridiculous even to you? That's thrown out. The fuck Matthias was a GB only by technicality. He fucked up badly. He was still family by name, but underneath it, everyone hoped he'd disappear quietly on his own. He was that family member nobody wanted around. Same treatment for me, being his brat. Not surprising it's the ST for the bowl cut too. Same taste? Oh, young Ryoshu. Could be that thou dost hover a fashion zeal for the fix. I quickly clap a hand over Don Quixote's mouth as she smoothly chimed into the conversation. So what exactly is your point? The point is that you're taking too long. If you can't decide on whether you want to live or die, I can shorten the hesitation. CQ or I'll SYNC right this instant. What does that mean? Cooperate quietly or I'll snap your leg completely right this instant. SYNC is in such a bad way to go if you're keen on taking the loyalty act straight to the grave. This is so crappy. Whenever I get it, okay, I'll talk. If that's what you want so bad. That actually worked? Fixers who go out with a blaze of glory aren't actually the strong ones. It's the ones who survive, the ones who live to see another day, who keep getting stronger. Anyway, Yoshihide, what's with you talking the weird ass abbreviations? Like SYNC. That's so random. Who even says that? Yoshi didn't bother to reply and simply chewed on the mouth end of her cigarette. But this is really the right call to her? Or probably the people she's to settle a score with. As if. Half of her tattoos are gone, Clock. Even confiscated her book. You think the middle sorry excuse for loyalty means so much that this stray said that she'd bite us? Besides, the better to hear from her instead. Please tell me why Matthias kicked the bucket. That's cause the papa was weaker than y'all. Yeah, you're the jerk's brat at it, alright. Kira's pushed herself off the bed with a sour face, but at least she didn't argue back. And we called Hohenheim, who'd been waiting outside, back in. I assume the prisoner has been successfully persuaded. Come on, you'll find your weapon on the table. You may use it in the event of an emergency. What the hell? I can't even unsheath it. You won't be able to use it without authorization. The code has been slightly adjusted. You think Kira has a lot if you use Kira Ishmael? Now then, let us head to the House of Spiders at once. The back door is up, waiting for us. Made our line to the House of Spiders with Kira trailing behind us. Oh, hey, you have a drinking emote, Thunderbird. Nice. All right. Doo-doo. Okay, we can get some severed thread. God damn it, no Gregor! Okay. Any weaknesses? Blunt. Alright, Heathcliff, Ishmael. You're coming with me. Honglu, you're coming too. Coming too. Coming too. I think that's all my blunt. Ryoshu and Audis, I guess. And then the rest like this. I guess I want Rhodia last. Actually, yeah, I want Rhodia last. Yeah, Isan last. Yeah. Yeah. God damn it, Gregor! Wake up already! Oh, nice. Never really got the hype around Baja Blast that much. I guess it was like a limited drink before, right? Only a few days had passed since our last visit, but the place looked markedly different from what we remembered. A sign of the hollow, frigid atmosphere and the endless stretch of corridors hadn't changed. And Callisto's so-called artworks were now covered in white sheets, and unfamiliar devices were affixed all around the back doors. Prithee, who might these people thither be? Looks like some shady bastards moved in already. Our guard reaction prompted Ho and I stepped forward to gesture some oddly dressed figures. Seems that our deductions are order of both sides. This is the team leader Alan of the Wafer Company. Oh, Alan, like the fixer. The Wafer Company? A corporate entity partner with the Limbus Company, responsible for providing the portal technology. As it's referred to as the new aspirant W Corp, the name is an unofficial one. Wait, was it Alan that was the fixer in Library of Ruina? Yeah, no, I think it was Alan. Like the one that has the one that Gregor has an idea of. Our employees have also taken to the new L Corp, something seems we have in common, but we're both chasing after the same horizon. I remember that company was vying for W Corp's place, right? That ain't it. Oh no, I know, but like they have the same name, right? I think it was also Alan. Like, of course, I'm not implying this like the fucking guy with the impaling leg. Oh, okay. Ah, this is Alan. Okay. Oh wait, no. It's I see, Alan. All right. Yeah. I mean, like, that was a really similar name. Then again, I'm not sure if there's like been a case where like two people have the same name. Oh well. After all, the old L Corp has already fallen, while W Corp, was what I've heard, is free falling at this point. And as a manager and sinners in the LCB department, our field operations unit frequently deployed to deal with on-site matters firsthand. They have more personnel, but the rest are tied up with other duties elsewhere. Only a handful will be joining in the investigation effort. I understand field operations are almost always understaffed anyway. Support you provide is more than sufficient. Oh hey, you took off the mask. Nice. Man. Man. Glasses? Blue suit? I don't know. Seems shady. Seems really shady to have another blue suit and glasses individual here. Hopefully we won't get betrayed like in Kanto 1. Ooh. Alan gave it an understanding nod. I know, but like, it might be a pattern harness. The man slipped off his bulky helmet before extending his hand in greeting. Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's Alan, leader of the Door Breach Team 4. You're too nice. You're either gonna die or you're gonna betray us. Likewise, before Faust could even relay my reciprocal greeting, Will's chilled out of Alan's mouth in a strangely uneven rhythm, as if ticking didn't bother him at all, like he was sticking a script he had rehearsed. I heard great things about you, Magic Dante of Limbus Company, and the Buzz's team's performance. You capitalize on the suppression of distortions at T-Corp as leverage to push your products, and profits were nothing short of staggering, I heard. Oh yeah, we were supposed to be distortion resolving specialists to the public. But that's what what's that product part about? The matter says that it was merely a matter of luck. They also look forward to working with you on this task. Oh, are you the interpreter? In that case, I'll be sure to consult the manager only when you both are available. Sure. Faust didn't seem particularly pleased with the role Alan had pinned on her. She nodded anyway. She quietly came to my side and answered my earlier question while Alan carried out on... Yeah, what is the L Corp's product? He's referring to the Monolith sales project. The credit was attributed to the LCB, an express request of Mr. Herbert, T Corp's executive director. So that's the rumor spread, huh? Oh no, like the Limbus company. But like yeah, like no, because like what is it? I guess everything would have their own technology by this point. But like I was wondering what we were selling to the public in this case. But alright, like yeah, Faust just explained that. Yeah, right. Yeah, we still have Monolith. I appreciate it if you could share any prior knowledge you have about these backdoors connects. As detailed as you can make them, if you don't mind. Borgnine fixed Kira with a pointed look. Though Kira responded by defiantly cocking her head in a show of irritation, she still gave up a sliver of information she had. Honestly, I got pretty much nothing if it's about Robo-Unk and his room. I mean, I've said that Albina hit up that door and the other one over there when she was popping out the farm stuff, but... Farm? Oh, it's gathering material. I see, what kind of material? Human guts and all that. She'd come back hauling piles of him. Ooh, okay. So they're probably connected to some backstreets areas. Backstreets? Any more details? Can you stop prying? You're low-key pissing me off. What's that? It's literally all I've got for real. For a moment, Alan leveled Kira with a stiff expression. And even before I could register what happened, Kira's head jerked from the side from a sudden punch by Alan. I thought Kira was nimble enough to dodge a surprise attack easily, but this one seems to have caught her completely off guard. She stood there blinking, eyes round in rude surprise. Actually, it wasn't that it caught her off guard. It was the motion of the punch itself that somehow fell off. The fist being raised, the arm being extended, the blow making contact, the chain of actions was there, but it didn't look normal. Did you just hit me? What the hell's wrong with? As Kira reeled from an unexpected strike, Takeori spoke up in cold, sharp tone. Now, what manner of discourtesy is this? All of that whining, I thought that Brad could use a lesson to remind her of her place. I had no intention of damaging your company asset, of course. I simply assumed the level of warning would not be appropriate in this case. Team Leader Allen, that sort of conduct may not be an issue in your organization, but it is here. Should it happen again, do you understand you may choose to terminate today's joint engagement without delay? Okay, I don't trust you. My apologies, I'll keep that in mind going forward. Alan stood there without arguing back, but Kira looked far from satisfied with how Hohenheim handled the situation. You gonna sock me in the face and walk off scot-free? So freaking annoying. Fortunately enough, her grumbling didn't escalate with her lashing out at Alan. That punch just now, just what was that? Exhibited a behavior that defied the standard laws of physics. Assumedly a form of technology utilized by the Wayfarer Company. Let us resume the task at hand. Senator Yoshu, give the team leader Alan whatever information you have. The door should lead to one of the ring's protected turfs. The other two on the left, I remember they were marked with X painted with blood. But I, H, and I, where they actually lead is all blurry. Seems that all the information we can provide will that suffice? You now know that doors lie to collect a perceivable area. That's already a big improvement in terms of intel for the Wayfarer Company's backdoor mapping progress. Which means there's less of us encountering a space beyond human perception past those doors. Alright, I'll proceed with the connection verification. Which door shall we test first? We'll start with the one Yoshu mentioned. You don't trust me at all, huh? That's why even bring me along. Ignoring Kira's jab, Alan began setting up various devices on the door, and soon an elegant white door opened before us. Shall we? Art thou joining in as well, young Hohenheim? Just this once, there are procedures for handling over field operations. Okay, let's see what's in there. Oh shit. What's this, some kind of wildlife exhibit? Oh hey, a whale! Wow, they got a whale here, I think. At least I think that is. Well, When we said that, the light hit us, drawing squints and frowns from the sinners, thanks to my lack of physical eyes. I could make out a room filled with statues or perhaps taxidermied animals. It felt like a gallery of sorts, but it was quite the air itself that seemed to carry a strange, somber weight. And then once someone shattered silence, but it wasn't Don Quixote, our usual suspect. Holy shit, the scale is this big! The whales from an 8th Association Great Lake! Special issue. Kira seemed beaten down all along, exclaimed with a bit more energy in her voice. I've seen all in real life, sure it's different. And the Indigo Elder solo one-shots these monsters with that harpoon of his, huh? It's a Great Lake whale. Doesn't look like the one we've encountered though. Organisms of various sorts are can be identified here. Singularity, modified, outskirts, born. And I already have the best viewers, buddy. Be gone, bot! They look almost alive. They're not, right? No, they're not alive, but... The Robo-Unk says that the ring has these zoos where they put monsters to display alive. Now, this would have been way more fun if we could be more... We could see the moving ones. Everything here is dead. Looks crazy still, though. The vibes really hits. Even though she was trying to play it cool, Kira Kestini glances at the massive horn display. On the side, clearly surprised that she couldn't hide. The way I felt it's just distinct shortage of hyperactivity given the presence of a certain someone in our party. Don Quixote? I have a second kindred of House of Tepes. What's it doing here? Oh shit. I imagine the word kindred. I couldn't help but follow Don Quixote's gaze. Obviously, the whales was another exhibit. It contained leading on more gruesome side of things. So the crimson eyeball had caught Don Quixote's attention. The body parts like hands and bones and looked as though they had been stripped from the human body. It's a gallery of the School of Fauvism, probably a main studio at that, which means a maestro's atelier and auction house. Alan, they'll be making your exit shortly. Prepare to initiate lockdown sequence. Before Horner could even finish his urgent transmission, numerous footsteps closed at him somewhere nearby. The sound of the shoes clacking the floor, we found strange figures wearing animal masks staring directly at us. The president isn't quite like Papa's. Ain't no way, that's not a raid, boss. We can clear at our level. We gotta get out of here. It's not that simple. Retreating is not a viable solution here. This door is connected to the house of spies. Escaping without installing a security system will invite pursuit. You must stall them until Alan is ready to initiate lockdown sequence. Tension thickened. One of the strangers who wore a peculiar bone mask stepped forward. The voice spoke to us, carried equal part curiosity and delight. You came through that door. Then the house's fall wasn't just a baseless rumor. A stray little spiderling fallen from their parents' web. How many years has it been? You, who are you? Alright, makes sense that you'd fail to recognize me. I used to wear a different mask back then. I used to visit you as a tutor, didn't I? A wolf, if memory serves right. Yes, that must be when I completely captivated by the sensation of tearing into the raw, still thriving flesh of living prey, and the predator's ferocious yet carnivorously resonant howling. Rings a bell. You're that maestro whose whole lesson was a 3-hour sermon praising the intensity of primary colors and the strength of living creatures. Benoit, was it? That's right, Emile Benoit. They say you can't hatch a phoenix from a chicken's egg. Doesn't always apply, I see. Looks like that man of yours is still as sly as a raven, unlike your nurse fathers. Don't presume. I only remember you because of your docility of hides and guts. Made for a passable AW. At first glance, it looked like Ryushi was casually taking a trip down memory lane with the maestro. But I had a feeling she was in fact dragging this out on purpose to buy us time. The lockdown sequence, how much longer until it's ready? Young Ho and I'm the lockdown sequence! Don Quixote, who had been shooting the ring members, a light intense glare, sparked by the discovery of the kindred's eyes, swiftly relayed my words to Hohenheim without even a hint of her earlier shenanigans. I'm afraid the progress and speed of the lockdown and sequence lies in Alan's hands, not mine it is. By nature, a time-consuming work, we can't expect haste. Perhaps this does make a suitable juncture to trial Plan A. Any suggestion that it involves Don Quixote removing her shoes will not be dignified with serious discussion. Instead, maybe what Hohenheim had in mind was nothing to do with Don Quixote's shoes, because he opened his mouth as though he had to retort Faust's categorical rejection. For the moment he followed Faust's eyes and saw that she was looking at, he quietly shut his mouth and said nothing further. Faith in potentially is not something I dislike. As for this though, however, it seems to be grasping at straws. At the end of the gaze, Ryoshi's blade, Ariyashiki. I was going to try using it anyway. I long wanted to see if Maestro's death is any different. Tell her we were just leaving. Won't work, will it? No, it won't. Every individual present here would be quite fascinating specimen to the artist of the ring. You're probably a windfall of inspiration material that is so conveniently delivered to them. It is improbable they will allow us to return unharmed. Faust is right. She and Hohen are geniuses, and Ryoshi is the wielder of Ariyashiki. I'm not sure if she can unsheath it, right? Akira is a kindred of a higher generation. I happen to house a golden bow in my head. I have no idea how much information the ring has on us. But even if they knew nothing, they would not let us go easily. Are you sure about this, Ryoshu? Doesn't matter if I'm SAT or not, Clock. Think of that woman as Lei Heng and do as you did in HC's mansion. I'll take care of the rest. Right, that's probably our best shot. What Ryoshi meant was quite clear. Resonate with the golden bow, secured an advantage to find equal footing, then catch them off guard by slowing down the flow of time. A cut from Ariyashiki even doesn't give us real fighting chance, but at least stall the maestro long enough to give us time to get away. A floor to exhibit only houses of submissions from the students and docents. If you look closely enough, there are passable ones that show promise of excellence. And above all, this gallery is a school of Fauvism. And mine, the entire gallery of Emile Benoit. It is why I prefer to take you without an unnecessary fight, if possible, a shame. You're still talking about a unique relic here. A master class wanted that. Acquiring the Ayashiki makes it worth the cost. You want to taste? Confusion flickered around Ryoshi's face as she tried to unsheath her blade. Oh wow, you can't. What's the matter? How? The lock of the House of Spies used to buy the Ayashiki no longer exists, so why? Why can't they draw the blade? Now that's unexplainable. So the rumors of you mastering that relic, were they false? Macho's only gave a loose swing of her arm, but it was enough to make Ryoshi recoil. A shadow of surprise crossed her face. The wound looked nothing more than a slight gash, yet the Macho's contemplative gaze shifted between the blunt Ryoshi's arm as though the attack had been an experiment to prove a hypothesis. It wasn't hard to guess what she was thinking. Notice, did you? I had my doubts from the moment I saw you today. Was the House of Spies a success or a failure? Tell me, Yoshihide, what do you think of the serpents defining the strength is? What are you on about? Ask any student, they'll give you the same unpredictable answers. The deadly venom, the sleek scales. Why, it's lamentably disappointing. The maestros advance towards us with assured certainty. He sees the beige thread dangling from the ceiling. Though calling it a mere thread would be wrong. There's something resembling a thread, yet much more disturbing. I, for one, have a particular liking to the jaw and the spine. Flexible of the spine, the link like a chain, and the jaw bound by not bone but by ligament. That allows the animal to swallow its prey whole. But I should have said admired their structural refinement. The thrice-colored ring on her ring finger gave off a cold glint, and the walls and ceiling suddenly began to echo with sickening squelch and the crack of flesh and the bones assembling. What the hell is that? Oh, they're goat legs, okay. Which brings me to ask, what better claim this delivery of promising material with a single bite than a work of art fashioned from a snake? The Majo's plunged her arm into the long, serpentine body of a monster. Its sheer presence radiated as oppressive as that of the nurse fathers, only more primal and untempered. Consider it a privilege. This is the first time this piece was ever exhibited to an outsider. Oh, and now is the lockdown secret still not ready? 1 minute to go, step aside! The attack of the Eagle Gear Hohenheim hastily brandished didn't even last a moment. The weapon was knocked from his hand. I scout to equip the citizens with their identities. Dante, what identities? Something abruptly stopped the beast-like appendage midway, though its hurling motion. And one who intercepted the blow? Shit! There's Kira struggling to push back with the serpentine arm with her steel sealed blade. Did she suddenly have a change of heart I wasn't aware of? Shit, this wasn't the plan at all! Obviously not, she couldn't change her mind that quickly. Because of the look on her face, that could be anything other than that of utter regret. The middle, Or someone who seems to have a proper member. You seem quite linked to the quantity of tattoos onto yourself. You must be a new kid, man. Matthias took in. Why do you stand in my way? Fuck if I know. I'm already regretting it, right? Oh, I'm already regretting it, alright? Damn it, they definitely gotta ditch me here. Why did I even... Must be instinct taking over. Couldn't fully shake off your opponent's killing intent, so the body chose to clash head on. So behavioral facet of the psyche can be controlled with suitable training. Unexpected data, but useful for sure. Ooh, okay. My god. You're going on, it's not the time. Shut it, mister. Quit yapping and let me use my blades. Authorized and ready. Lifting locks now. Kira's thermal weapons emerged from her sheaths with a metallic clang. She used her coil of demotion, then slid back and assumed a defensive stance. Naturally, that broke Benoit's arm from the deadlock as well. The maestro lashed out again with a monstrous limb, but it's when a Fallon's justice to strike against the unprepared opponent in a duel. Behold, I shall allow thee a glimpse of the badass form that only most renowned fixers have displayed through ages. See an opening, Don Quixote slammed into the arm of her with full might, knocking off its trajectory. Predictably, however, the sheer force of the maestro's attack instantly reduced her to a red sludge of red flesh and bone, sending her remains crashing into the door. With the initiate lockdown sequence, I will seal the door immediately upon your exit. Everyone, get to the door! Fast, retrieve the organic remnants of Sinner number 3! As Faust made her exit, what was once Don Quixote, the students of the ring surrounded Kira, barring her way out. A hollow chuckle slipped out of her lips. Call it for real, this is exactly why I didn't want to get involved. Taking Kira with us would mean the sizable force of the ring trail right behind her through the door. Kira seemed to have realized the risk that no one in their right mind would want to take. She lowered her head in defeat, as though she knew she knew full well the fate that awaited her. I'm such a dumbass. What was I thinking, diving in like that? I don't understand it. Get over here now. But these guys come in flooded. If you TTM want to get cleaved in half again? You pinned this on me later. You're gonna pay. But the maestro's arm, as by a hair, as it came on her again, Kira hurled herself toward the door with every bit of strength she could muster. When a few students rushed into the doorway, chasing after the sinners who had gone ahead, but all back door links have been cut. Fortunately, Alan managed to sever the connection between the two back doors before the maestro could cross over. Bulka, think you can still use your arms? I'm fine, so she says. Kira would be a strong enough addition to fight for us. The ring members have managed to cross-form the rather sizable force. Fighting them off with just the sinners I have at my side would not be the best course of action. In that case, guys, I assume you're all available right now? As I call out to the sinners, their voices came through Hohenheim's radio, one after another. I guess so. Ready for your order, Executive Manager. Aldous, I am prepared to answer your call whenever, wherever. Hang on. I just need to finish this pipe. Everyone to me! Oh, we are using Malkuth. Yeah, I don't really see the goat legs in this CG either. Oh man, it's not. Oh god, it's another fixed fight. I hate this so much already. Okay, we should be fine. It's only 10 guys, but like, yeah. I think the fixed fight will be a death of me. I'm still having nightmares from the sweeper experience. And the sweeper experience is still okay. Man, you have Kira here though. That's pretty nice. Oh man, the middle style is just crossed out. Man, poor Kira. Violet's breaking slam. Hey, where's that blue skill? Oh, it's only red here. All right. I could have sworn that was blood. I think it might just be because Ishmael's is blunt, maybe.
행동을 개시합니다.
아이씨, 짜증나게. 남았어도 이 정도쯤은.
You haven't been able to win one clash yet, Ryoshu.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Okay. We're fine. Yeah, we have the Faust special.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
모든 결과들은 파우스트가
저것들 전부 녹여서 썰어버려도 상관없지?
You keep trying to go for entertainment.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
And alright, Honglu's full. Alright. No one's clashing there. Yeah, I will make this one a guarantee. There we are. Man, having strategy taken away from me kind of stinks, not gonna lie.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Also, these don't look like blunt strikes, they look like slash. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, she's about to use Violent Breaking Slam.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Alright, nothing bad here. And they already ran out of guys. Alright. I can now rest easy. Hello there, pie. I keep fucking double. Okay, yeah, there we go. I said pies. There we go. I said pies the first time. I was gonna say, wait, pies is wrong. No. There we go.
술진이다.
Wait, hello there, pies. How do you do?
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Oh wow, they used to use slash sometimes. I mean, we're only at the third node, pies. I'm not sure how many nodes this has, but we might have. This might be a 2-streamer depending. Since like that story segment's long. Oh, there we go. All right, just one. All right. Okay, not so bad on the normal fight. I'm actually more scared of focus and no, what's unfocused and focused? That's an unfocused fight, right? Yeah, I think I'm more scared of the fights where you can't you can't aim your attacks. Cause like, what is it? I just know that it's gonna screw me over someday. Nah, like that. Like that fixer or that fixer fight, man. Like 7.5's fixer fight almost screwed me over, just cause I needed so much RNG to be able to beat that. No, sweeper. You got sweep. That's sweeper fight, not fixer. The 7.5 sweeper fight was like so fucked. I swear, I thought that was it for me back there. Events of this nature won't be frequent. You're merely beset by ill luck. If you just listened to the first person picked at our door, we wouldn't have gotten cooked like that in the first place. Like, why even drag me into this if you weren't gonna trust me, weirdos? We would have opened them all at the end of the day, SD. SD, what's that? Same difference. Again, why shorten it like that? Just say duh or something. Or spell it out and say it say it was anticipated. Whoops. Okay. Spilled my drink, but it was capped. Very nice. That's WA. Good work, everyone. Wafer doesn't even have the doesn't have a team dedicated to this sort of task. But mortality rate is quite high. Honestly, I was bracing myself for the worst. Odds of completing the first door of an expedition without any casualties are under 50%. Here's by all measures a countless expedition. I mean, Dawn kind of died for like 2 seconds. I mean, I don't think we've rewind. No, we've rewinded Dawn already. Yeah, we've rewinded Dawn. Yeah. Cause like they're fighting with us. Dawn was fighting alongside us, and that was we definitely revived her beforehand. Tapping away at his device, Alan addressed with an amicable smile. He had seemed totally different from the same man who had manhandled Kira with a fist to her face. Those Falvis won't be cross here anymore with the door completely locked down, right? That cannot be asserted with certainty. Are you saying there's that more might come? The corridors and the back doors have always been the ring's turf clock, and those Falvis beasts have endured a long-standing faction with the ring. If they've got that much history, you must know that many back doors, both origin and destination points. Alan clarified that Ryosha was hinting at. Compared to them, we lack sufficient knowledge of the alternate routes, which makes it difficult to prevent the infiltration. No need to concern yourselves over much. If that were the case, it's unlikely that it would move on to the House of Spiders so soon. You can always rush for a surprise attack, though. Even the Falvis Maestro seemed to lack a clear intel on the event that took place in the House of Spiders. And so it follows that they will need time to assess and deliberate the situation. The situation? The logical scope of their concerns will identify the organization that has secured the House of Spiders, the possibility of additional traps beyond the back doors and the like. Once all the back doors related procedures tied to the House of Spiders are completed, the resulting security framework should be able to preempt and block any infiltration attempts. This operation is more important than I thought. And aside, why couldn't I draw the blade? Is it the new scabbard's fault? Oh man. Don't blame your daughter for this, Ryoshu. Then again, yeah, no. Arya probably doesn't want you to risk more memories. Like that would be fucked. Ryoshu lifted the sheeted sword with an irritated frown, and when I felt that vibration, the blade was twitching ever so slightly. That quivering most faint was seen by all, indeed. Yeah, I saw it too. Is it possessed or something? Looks like it was the only one who saw the sword twitching, as though it wasn't pleased at all with how Ryoshu was talking about the scabbard. Ryoshu's gaze lingered on the sword before slowly shifting towards the back doors. Could it be that seeing the scabbard brought back some memory of Arya? Ryoshu, is it an SS? A demon edge? An enchanted blade? Which is it? It's probably not at the doors, nor is it a sentient sword. This presents a fine opportunity to conduct another examination of the sword. Excuse us for a moment, team leader Alan. Please feel free to go ahead. The attack just now damaged the devices, so we're going to have to perform some maintenance before continuing. There's plenty of work for me to do while you're away, though. And we return to the headquarters research facility then? No, that won't be necessary. There is a facility here that would prove more adequate. Man, I really hope that yeah, we get some Ryoshu and Arya closure on this one. It would be nice. Look at they're hinting on that. Okay, we can get a bunch of threads so that we can actually get the Versalt one. Thanks, Heathcliff. Yeah. Like, I don't know, I got greedy and I just got all the tickets first as a thing. It's hard to farm this without the event or, what is it? It's hard to farm this without the event or using the pack. Because I didn't use the packs just so that I wouldn't be spoiled on this. Hohenheim brought us to what looked like a research lab. Lined with cables and rows of screens. Diagrams full of complex symbols and shapes. I didn't know there was a place like this in the House of Spiders. This is a forward base constructed by the Limbus company following the Spider Pyre. It did not exist in the prior house's fall. It is intended for additional backdoor investigation and research into the irregular phenomena observed during the operation. Irregular phenomena? An example. Research subjects such as the spatial analysis and correlation between the emergence of Sinner's 11th sign and the manifestation of possible future. Looking around a spot Sinclair and a group of researchers surrounding him, the same people had dragged him up earlier. Man, I think that's the biggest gathering we've seen so far when it comes to just the normal PNGs and not a CG. I don't know. I think we might have had 6 Sinners in screening once actually before. Anyway, they were being accompanied by a gaggle of Sinners who tagged along to either show or kill some time while they took a breather after work. Hohenheim, how long will the examination take? Sinclair's biometric assessment concluded the analyzer of the device should be available for the relic now, which means that it should be finished in an hour from now at the latest. Scabbard rattled again at the mention of an hour. I don't know why or how, but it's the way it swayed. It almost felt like a child trembling. It's moving again. Come along, Ryosho. I expect you will want to witness the procedure. Ryosho and Hohenheim headed off to the side. The examination was probably going to start immediately. Man, I better have a powered up Ryosho by the end of this. Ryosho and Hohenheim headed off to the side. The examination was going to start immediately. Time to get to Sinclair and wait. I'm making my way toward the Sinclair, who was getting bombarded with questions. An unexpected figure behind the pillar caught my eye. It was Vespa Crabro. It was Vespa Crabro with a big piece of paper covered in a crooked handwriting taped on his back. Snack thief? Ah, manager. Sharon Snacks, Mrs. Stringbean ate them all up. Sorry, but I think there's been some misunderstanding. Bird, kick his ass. Whoa, Sharon! What the fuck? What the fuck? I've never heard her talk like that, actually. Oh well. I guess we're seeing a fight right now. Not only is a man not worthy of pointing fingers over, but Charon also shares some responsibility for leaving them out of the table unattended. Still, I would prefer to exercise more care next time, or it'll put me in a tough spot. Understood. Charon? Charon, super silky mode engaged. Not talking for half a day. Deploying super past bitter candy. Beep beep, mode disabled. Oh, alright. Good on you, Virgilius. I'm not sure if this is an appropriate request, but I remove the paper from my back now. It's a little inconvenient for me. Karen forgives this time. Next time, no mercy. Best make sure she doesn't listen to that radio channel again. Virgilius looked on it with an inscrutable expression. Karen peeled the snack thief sign off Vespa's back. Make sure to remember this so I don't have to think I'm burning through what little candy chance I have left on such trivial nonsense. Thank you. Vespa gave him polite thanks, but he was already picking up another plate of stuff and stuffing it into his mouth. Wait a minute, I was saving that for later. I assumed you were being picky. Now you know, yet you're still gobbling up my share. He took my snack too, Bird. Kick his ass. Oh shit. Rodion Romanovich. I'm aware of half the total snack budget allocated to each sinner is being funneled into your snacking expenses. Now you're raiding the LCE supplies as well. Does this require the shining red eyes, Virgilius? Chill, that tote's been agreed upon, okay? Besides, that's that and... Rodion, what? Oh man. I didn't know I would be hearing that line again, but okay. Besides, that's that and this is this. The lines on Virgilius' brows look deeper than usual today. I'm going to help him out in the endless cycle of snack-related headaches. And to satisfy my own nagging curiosity, I near a guide and broke his brooding silence with my TikToks. You learn anything about Sinclair's sign? Dante is inquiring about the outcome of the research on the sign. I heard some research, but nothing of particular significance came out of it. Observation of the sign has been so far limited to two individuals, the Madge and Sinclair. Due to the limited accessibility to the phenomenon, the only verifiable information has so far been its existence. Ah, man. And I ran out of drink. I'm probably gonna have to refill that in a bit. Man, after the 42-hour stream, I feel like I'm hydrating a lot more than usual. Then again, this is a lot of reading. But I have a mighty thirst. Pass as a point, aside from Sinclair, none of the sinners have actually seen the sign. And the same would go for the researchers. Even Sonia said only a few people could perceive it. Huh. So does that mean that everyone seeing this has like what is it? They just like see Sinclair's like forehead more every time he does the sign. I think his forehead gets bigger actually every time the sign appears. That might be the only noticeable effect they see. If there are more individuals bearing signs, that would be a wider pool for a comparative analysis. Yeah, you just see like Sinclair's forehead, and then it's like, oh shit, he's got it like 2 times stronger. If there were more individuals bearing signs, there'd be a wider pool for a comparative analysis of statistical samples to narrow down the scope. However, rewards indicate no suitable reference exists. So records. At present, the researcher's efforts is limited to reducing the variables such as whether or not the irregular phenomena are tied to the location where the battle took place. By individuals bearing signs, do you mean people like Demian and Sanson? Then could those guys do that what Sinclair did? Pull in some superpowered future self just wreck everything? I think their signs might be different, Rhodia. Even Sonia. I could step in and put an end to the subject before Rhodia gets the blues. I don't think so, from what Ishmael and Faust reported back then. Like a deer in headlights, right, Vivi? Right, Sinclair and from the future said each sign carries a different power, I think. Maybe, you know, those layers of light rings, those layers of light rings Damien used to finish up Cromer or Santa dragging... Wait, is that not Mom? Huh. Aye, that does seem plausible. None of that information you can confirm yet. Correct. As you say, any discussion of this subject would not venture beyond the realm of wild speculation. Nothing has been proven yet, ergo, fear would be an unnecessary response at present. This is, at best, grounded supposition. But it seems the researchers are coaxing a fourth hypothesis from the vestiges left in the wake of Sinclair's future self. Oh? That about a sign, maybe? Being some singularity or something, yeah? The precise position of the hypothesis was the fundamental principles of the signs working may be equivalent to those of the singularities or relics. But as no actionable evidence was obtained from Sinclair, there's presently no means by which the hypothesis may be validated. Oh my fucking god, did I forget this entire time? Hold on. Then again, I don't think I have been... I had to do this in a while. Alright, yeah, I haven't had to do a spoiler message in a while, actually. I don't think anyone's gonna, like, try to spoil me. But, you can never be too safe. Okay. I see nothing came out of them dragging Sinclair off through that research. Oh, you also thought of being dragged off, but could still let it happen anyway. No, I mean, I'm just kidding. Just thought I'd try to get along with the mood. No, Sinclair would have even thought of a Joker like that. He's really changed lately for the better, I think. So, do you happen to did anything happen that we should worry about? I stuck close to him in any case. Nothing serious came up. Just took some blood, a small skin sample. Oh, and hey, they're also checking the sign reacts to electrical stimulation. Yeah, I had to fill out some questionnaires too. Like, please describe what you remember from the battle exactly as it happened, or list the sensations you felt when you regained consciousness. And your memories of that moment have yet to return. I don't know that it'll ever come back, actually. Faust said it only exists with my future self, so... But wait, for my future self even have those memories, I shouldn't carry them in the first place. Which comes first? A paradox, it would seem, in such a case. This Sinclair is merely one branch among many other possible futures. Kind of like a mirror technology. And the future unfurls into boundless branches by means of ceaseless bifurcation. The body of information that constitutes a certain future would scatter the grains of more fleeting than dust, too diminished to ever reverse the course to trace their path back to the self that now exists. Is that what your theory suggested? Not a certainty, but a plausible interpretation. Here you go again, more of that nonsense only you understand. Oi, memory or not, that future guy still came out of him, didn't he? then some part of him's gotta be left in there somewhere, yeah? Like muscle memory or whatever. Perhaps you could pull off some of those tricks from back then. Tricks from back then? When you kicked out the proper, you kicked off proper out there. You could pull out that trick you picked up from that placid old geezer, right? Oh my god, yeah! That was a thing. Not just that, he was using the Mong technique quite effortlessly too. Yeah, so like... Yeah, so... Are Demian's rings in Mong different? Because like, Ishmael didn't call them Mong. So I guess he didn't use Mong during that one. Was that glowing ring? Oh, that glowing ring thing? He had the glowing ring thing. He had two of them coiled around his weapon. I used the glowing ring thing? Yeah. This is the first time I'm hearing anything about it. Alright, so what exactly is that glowing ring thing, anyone? Oh my god, actually gonna explain Mong? Hey, it's a technique that enhances physical capability. I mean, like, Virgilius could just try explaining a bit, right? Could a secret finger thing they pass down to their members? Technique, gear, something like that? Look at it, that black Coney leader, that Lei Hang prick, and the nurse fires we fought. A lot of them fingers, ain't they? The notion seems to unravel, for even among the LCD there are those who can't wield it. And Virgilius too. So only the proper hard bastards can use it. Some posh top-end trick, is it? And anyone in particular prompting it, the sirs slowly turn their gaze toward Virgilius and Vespa. I only learned to wield it from my team leader too. I have the sensory understanding of Shin, but I can't claim nothing too profound. However, what I can spare are some rumors, though they're all without proper sources. Rumors, they circulated among the elite fixers and association leadership. There exists a power called Shin, capable of enhancing the body without having to pay expensive upkeep costs. A rumor among fixers, sayest thou? Yes, even technique that manifested how two tips really spread through hearsay. Oh, that tracks. A super rookie column in the latest mag bonus vid? Bro has really been popping off with it. Straight up Orifon with a shiny Mong wrapped around the weapon. It must be mine eyes are yet clearly privy to see such things as a marvel in the video. But you're serious? The latest issue, literally on videotape in the back. Maybe you missed it. Videotape? Oh! Wait, Don, you haven't been keeping up with that? Wait, no. Don knows what a TV is, right? No, Don has watched shows. Wait, how do you not know what a videotape is, Don? No, I'm positive that there was a TV in her room when it came to Kanto 7. And yeah, she's also mentioned shows before when it came to when going to Kira's room. Videotapes though. Okay. Alas, for many a week I have been stranded on Romefi, reaving me of a chance to read not only prior chronicle, but the latest one as well. Woe was me, when I return I shall feast upon the night upon the noble exploits of adventuring fixers. As Don Quixote dramatically spiraled in a state of utter dejection, Aldous cut into the conversation, her gaze narrowing with suspicion. Where I recall, the mantle of Shin grants its users a higher degree of physical enhancement. There's no such thing as a reinforcer without supplies. No power from that magnitude comes without an equivalent cost to wield it. That power relies on emotion and will for the manifestation. Its output is not consistent like a prosthesis and augmentation. And depending on how it's used, the consequence it demands can reach levels comparable to the ego you use. You mean to say that it exacts a toll upon the mind? I walked through the fundamentals if you'd like. What I observed, it appears that it'll be a technique reserved only to those of considerable strength at our current level. It is not unreasonable to assume we could make use of it. Regardless that, our team leader has been conducting intensive research. And according to her, physical strength itself was a little barrier on one's ability to learn and wield Shin. As the Yellow Harpoon says, it is in essence a power that can be learned by almost anyone, provided they know the proper method of training. Okay, so like Shin's not as special as he once thought. Like you just need enough rumor points and then boom. You can use Shin too. Maybe. Vespa's brows visibly twitched the moment the Yellow Harpoon left Virgilius' lips. Yellow, yeah, it doesn't seem like he's a big fan of his own title, the Yellow Harpoon. Well, it fits, I think. He's got yellow stripes on his clothes and he uses a harpoon too. Can he argue with that? It is kind of fucked though. I mean, shit, the last one to be named after his weapon was the Vermilion Cross, and he died! Like what? You have Blue Reverberation, you have Black Silence. Goddamn, what else? Can you name any other fixtures? Red Mist, of course. Yeah, no. Don't be named after a fucking item. Don't be named after an item. Indigo Elder, right? Yeah. You know what? I think it's fair to be named after a power to the item. Fuck it. Vermilion Cross died. That's the only example I have of someone dying after being named after their signature weapon. But like, you know what? That's a 100% chance. So far. Do you know what? No, 50% chance. And I see now, VV. Yeah, you're right on that. Like, you did have to do a focus to get one. If I were to exaggerate, even Sinner Yi Sang's pre-contract self could manage to learn it. Oh, man. Holy shit. Oh well. Don't worry. I'm not gonna go to Spider-Man rant. I mean, yeah, you have to respect the dead and all that. But yeah, rest in peace. I don't know. I think Yellow Jacket would have been nice, VV. I think it would have been better than, I think it really would have been better than Yellow Harpoon. Oh, man. Oh, man. But yeah, no. Don't be named after your signature weapon. Fuck it. Oh yeah, fuck it. There were no red gaze. Well, how did I forget Virgilius's freaking fixed color name? Fucking Christ. Hey, to be fair, there's two reds. It's really confusing. It's really confusing when two people have the same color. Why must the self of mine be chosen as the point of comparison? Actually, why is there two reds? Yeah, I don't know why there's two reds. And before you ask, it's like, yeah, alright. Like, yeah, the red mist is missing. But, like, they didn't replace blue with anything. There hasn't been another blue guy. There hasn't been another blue color fixer since. I think. Yeah, Indigo's different. But yeah, don't worry about baseball. I do keep my Spider-Man rants. I keep my Spider-Man rants in private. as to not shrivel up every subject. You're right. There is the red sack. Wait, why is there multiple red ones? What's going on there? Is red just readily replaced every time? Like they disappear or die? Also, wait! Hey, wait a minute! That's two! That's two ones! It's Vermilion Cross and Red Sack. They both died and they're named after items! Oh my fucking god, that's a 75% chance! Yellow Harpoon, get out of there! Don't be named after your fucking weapon of choice! You're gonna die! Like, I can't name anyone else other than fucking Vespa, where they're named after an item and they're not dead. And it's only the ones with that they're named after an item too. Like what? Who's dead on the side that? You know what? Black Silence died, I guess, right? Black Silence died, and Blue Reverberation, I guess. On the side of like names that are not named after items. Also, sure thing, Uber Dragon. With your 50 bets on Honglo for 1. I was sent with all 5 monsters. Don't let it get to you. Oh my fucking god. Why must this self of mine be chosen as a point of comparison? Man, fucking Christ, Virgilius. It's so fucked. Yeah, this is fucked. It's not that much overtime, Uber Dragon. What are you talking about? Honestly, okay. I have to say this. I could go longer than 42 hours. I was still fully awake there. I think I might actually be able to reach 70. Like, if I wasn't sick at the start, I think I might have been able to reach 70 hours on a stream. Granted, I don't think I'll be able to, like, get a time frame like that, ever. But, you know, if I ever get a 70-hour time frame, why not? I could try it. Either this would assume anyone is a power can grasp at ease. Oh, come on, Uber Dragon. It's gonna be that bad. Actually, yeah, no, I haven't told you about the effects of the 42-hour stream. My god, I'm gonna have to repeat that story a lot, but that's it is funny. It is a funny effect. Unless you rely on particular identities to come upon a circuit. Okay, okay. Shame. What should have been, would have been useful. Hey, then what about me? Can I learn it too? Hero, who had been fidgeting with her fingers, will raise an arm and ask as though she couldn't hold the question back any longer. I know the Uber Dragon. I think I would do that one time. Like, I think doing that one time wouldn't kill me, you know? Oh, man. No, I think 70 would be the limit. Gotta think of it, the middle nurse father didn't use Shin or Mong. Papa never taught me how to use it. He always said I could get stronger without a stupid crutch like that. It wasn't that he didn't teach you, he couldn't. He was a man who probably had never once reflected upon his own sins. A piece of trash like him would be incapable of comprehending such a power in the first place. Vespa's responses always come back dripping with venomous hatred whenever the conversation turned back into the topic of the fingers. Kira wasn't noticed too abrupt. She simply couldn't find the right words to push back. I wish she held her tongue, her expression settling in a blend of frustration or something that took a little too close to sadness. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe once I want to see the limits of my stamina. Granted, I think I have been awake for 3 days once. So it wasn't really active time. Like, it was mostly against my thing, and I was trying to close my eyes, but I couldn't sleep. So I actually have been awake for 3 days without, like, not that many ill effects. But three days active might be different than that. You want to just a yes or no, then yes, you will be able to learn it with odds in your favor. That is assuming the company decides to tolerate your continued existence. I already said I get it. It stands you nothing more than a pending case of disposal. Closer to the threat than you are an ally, strictly speaking. They'll get comfortable because imagine the sinners treat you with lenience. Step out of the line, you'll be the one who pays the price. There's nothing in what Virgilia said that I could argue with. Kira had a member of the House of Spiders. She murdered scores of LCE researchers and left us with plenty of memories we'd rather not revisit. For now, we're just working together. Not contesting that decision doesn't mean we have no feeling toward her. Leaving Kira with her thoughts, the sinners slipped back with their own business. Snacks, idle chatter, and conversations about whatever had happened around the LCE. Extermination is included. Extermination? Oh no, the Arya sheath is gone somehow. And holy shit, it's been 2 hours already. Yeah, this might actually need to be a double stream. Yeah, I might have to save this for next week since I have something to do in an hour. Wow, what the story's really long. I wasn't expecting that. Granted, I guess we've been talking about other subjects in a way. Yeah, you see, this is how you can tell liars rubbing off on me. I still wish that's the one thing I envy about Liar a bit, is that she could yap a lot. Like her chatting skill is extraordinary. I also need to be skilled like that in order to be successful. I suppose it would be an issue to let you hear the results together. And informing you at Hohenheim and Ryosho returned. Yeah, no, I really would. Yeah, man, I really do need to practice on that. How the, oh, wow, there's so much. This is the first side of their volume with a lot of story. Hold the fuck on, wait. It's 3 parts. We haven't locked. Oh my god. Wait, is this longer than the others? You know what? Let's go to the last one. Not that one. Okay, Nocturnal Sweeping, I guess. Oh, I forgot to get this one. What the fuck? There's only like 12 nodes. What the? What have we haven't even reached the first one yet. I think the first one might be after that 4th one. And this might be a 12 or 2. Damn, I really wish I could stream this for longer. Oh wait, no, it says here. Yeah, okay, it's only 14. Okay, so we're about halfway through. There's just a lot of story to go through. There is the conclusion first. The notion of the sword being a sentient one is incorrect. The locus of the will is not the blade, but the scabbard. Okay, no surprises there. An ego forged in a rather paradoxical nature. Yes, that would be the most appropriate description. Not a sentient sword, huh? Yoshi's grumpy dismissal made the scabbard quiver, also as if it taken offense. Somehow I feel like I understand what the whole I meant by will now. And it was a reunion of sorts, one that gave a tinge of sadness and hope. The scabbard has its own will. Does that mean the owner of that will can be resurrected? It's too premature to deliberate on the matter. The state of existence under question is one that may be defined at the moment. I assume they asked on whether it can be revived or brought back to life, so to speak. Even supposing that survival is a fixable variable, that reconstitution of the original corporeal body falls within the realm of theoretical possibility. The probability approaches 0 given the limits of the TASE technology and conditions. Here, researchers are inclined to entertain the infinitesimal chances, but in the terminology of the lay people like yourself, such a prospect would be labeled impossible, wouldn't it? There's no need to fixate on the impossibilities of the present, Major Dante. Such matters are reserved for us scientists to hold on to. Right. But we may have uncovered a thread, something that could reveal restoring Racinere Yoshu's memories. Though again, that is quite merely a possibility. A far more practical avenue for you to pursue at the moment is nevertheless. And at that end, yes, further analysis of the scabbard itself would be necessary. Call David Allen for the next duty. He will still be at Nurse Father's quarters, that will be all. Hohenheim cut himself off there, clapping his mouth shut as the further exchange might scatter and mess up the theories he constructed in our conversation. Alright, then before we go, anyone want to tag along? Munching on food, averting your gaze, the sinners were pretending they weren't interested at all. But going on their way, the forks had long since stopped moving. It was pretty clear to me that they had been intently listening on our conversation. Where were we to go? Alright, forgot the rest of you weren't with us earlier. Faust, Don Quixote, and Ryosho, have I been checking where each back door leads? Oh, Akira too. A prisoner of war, executive manager? You talking about me? Yeah, I guess I'm working with them too, yeah? Best remember to tread carefully. Should you cause the slightest harm to the executive manager, you'll be held accountable without exception. Yeah, sure, whatevs. Here needled the Aldous with a mocking pout, but oddly enough, she didn't appear particularly irritated. Anyway, I think it's better if we have a few more people just to be safe. One of the doors we went into earlier led straight to the ring's corridor. That was a close call. As in Heathcliff shot up in the moment, finished speaking. I would very much like to accompany you, executive manager. I knew I could rely on you, Aldous. Your recognition of my real loyalty honors me, executive manager. I, Aldous, understand better than anyone of your concern about peril of working with a prisoner of war so liable to betray. To have your indispensable self proceed with only a handful of soldiers under your command. This cannot stand, I'm afraid. I won't be able to focus on duties without personally seeing to your safety. I get it, Aldous. You made your point clear enough. Not keen on how I just keel over the moment you summon me. Feels a bit dodgy. I better I stick by your side and scrap it out myself. You probably don't need me to come along then. I guess you could just summon the rest of us like you did earlier if shit hits the fan. My research yet unfinished holds my efforts. I shall join you once it has found closure. I don't think I can be much help whenever you're going. I'll pass. Okay, I'm sorry, Rhodia. I know I've been putting you in the last seat, but geez, don't need to act like that. Follow. That is your order, manager. No, it's fine. Just get some rest. I'll probably be okay. I always summon them again if things get too dangerous. For now, I should see Alan again. Okay, so if it's 14, we'll probably go up to 7 and then stop for now. Just cause, yeah, we're probably gonna reach over an hour. Like, I don't want to be late. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna reach 7 and then we're gonna raid it to someone probably. So next week we'll finish this, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, nah, I just need to up my farming efforts. Hello there, Aslan. How do you do? Man, I hate not having healing. I hate not having healing. I know, not having Gregor's healing is kind of noticeable. I think it's gonna be more noticeable in the boss fight though. But yeah, doing fine, Aslan. We're probably just gonna have a short stream today. And then we're gonna raid into someone because I have an errand in an hour. Next time though, I'm probably gonna be able to stream to whatever time I find necessary for Shadow the Hedgehog. You've arrived. I was waiting for you. You sifted through an isolated doors with the highest probability of leading to the ring's gallery. The next step would be to enter the alternate door you mentioned, but hold up a sec. I was actually gatekeeping more stuff. Huh? Gatekeeper? You're saying you should tell me more about gate doors? Yep. Door over there? Pretty sure it connects to End Corp's nest. I saw Albina going in, all hyped up about some canned whatever it was. And that wooden door with the bandages wrapped around the handle. Papa's gone in there in the cross-out vengeances from what the book said. It's probably a turf or something by a thumb subsidiary or something. Unlike earlier when she offered only vague snippets, and even just about a single door, Kira's now feeding Alan a stream of intel that seems solid even to someone clueless about the back door as me. He's far more cooperative than anticipated. Even after the Alan character roughed her up from what I hear. Oh man. Man, yeah, glad to see you again, Aslan. Glad to see you. Okay, let's see. Like if you need more cooking conversation, I'm your guy. Oh shoot. Thing is, I actually was planning to put a recipe up on Liar's channel actually. Damn, why'd Liar have to make donuts so early? Oh well, that is the current PSA, I guess. don't mistake a teaspoon for a tablespoon. Otherwise, holy shit, you're putting 3 times the ingredient in. Nevertheless, we mustn't let our guard down, Executive Manager. There's no telling will she'll turn on us. Frickin', I can literally hear everything you're saying, you know? Alright then, based on the intel, please proceed by investigating the safest doors first. As for the high-risk ones, I'll continue checking to let you know of the ones you need to enter. And take a device around them and flash a couple of doors with blue light. Guess so that means we start with those. Where do you guys want to go first? They all look the same, just start with the closest one. Alan did say they're the safest one, so it shouldn't matter which one. As I reached the nearest door, Heathcliff told me Ryoshu suddenly veered off and stopped in front of another one that stood a few steps apart. The door feels familiar. You recognize that door? I think I passed through it a few times when I was little. Little you say? I see. Hardly had Ryoshu's spy is speaking when a fragmented memory paid over in parts slipped into my mind. Sorry, it hurts a lot, didn't it? I should have finished my homework faster. I know, let's go for a walk. I don't recall much about it. The memory just now could be tied to Arya. Let's start with that door. This one, eh? Here we go. Impatient as ever, Heathcliff shoved the door open and strode it in at first. The rest of us followed, including Kira and the other sitters. And this place is, as you might state, it's a welfare facility with an inn and a nest. Most likely a park. Every sod walking here is dragging some animal along. Means they got money to burn. Proper rich lot of place. They got a lot of this place. The walk the past Ryoshi mentioned the memory. The sight of people fussing over their pets. These click together and I voiced the memory I saw back in the House of Spiders. Did you ever come here with a puppy named Saru? Yeah, I remember that. Not a puppy though. Saru was a lot bigger by then. Sorry, it hurt a lot, didn't it? I should have finished my homework faster. Why isn't she getting any better? I gave her lots to eat. I know, want to go for walkies? You love walkies, don't you, Saru? This is a workshop Dad always visits. The door is connected to a park. We could go right now. This child. Oh my god. Okay. It was just childhood memory burned bright in my vision before passing. That was her as a kid? Barely, such gentleness does seem unlike the young Ryoshu. Hey, Clock, you said you could show them my memory. Who said you could show them my memories willy-nilly? No, come on, you know it's not something I can control. Good grief, back in the House of Spiders, I was the only one who see the visions of Ryoshu's past. This time, though, her memories seem to manifest for everyone around. Just like what we experienced at H-Corp with Honolulu. Which probably means... What are you staring at? That's so random. What the hell? Did you not see that just now? See what? You guys are zoning out together? Guess it didn't apply to Kira. But again, unlike how it was between Lin Da-Yu and Honolulu, Kira doesn't have any direct connection to Ryoshu. Guess it makes sense. Was that adorable hound-like companion of old young Ryoshu? Indeed, my one and only best friend. And because of that, Saru would be locked away in the vault every time I had to depart on the assignment. The spiral driven through her. The first ever leash looking back. It might have been a kinder fate had she died sooner. Inflict such cruelty upon a voiceless animal. How can such wickedness be born? What happened to Saru in the end? She died before her time. I don't recall why, but it was this day when Saru had stopped whimpering in pain and I shut myself in the room crying. You were? Not someone else? Who else? Of course it was me. Oh, see, it was me. Rather witnessing the fragment of the memory, Heathcliff looked utterly unconvinced. And while I was grieving, Callisto offered a solution, said he would give me a gift the next day. And what I received was something he called the Beastborn Blade. A tauntaun that would whine and yelp in Saru's voice with every swing. No way, I always knew there was something creepy with a robo on. That's how he that's how he killed your dog, huh? No, he didn't kill Saru. The tauntaun was alive. You just say alive? Bloody hell, the right note of that psycho. Her eyes embedded with like adornments, they stared at me in accusation. The tiny heart beat as though it was quaking with fear. It was a horrible sight. It felt pity. So I sure would remain of her time in my own hands. Got me thinking after hearing all that, why do you still mess with that art thing then? Let's be honest, after seeing something like that, you want to steer well clear, yeah? Right? Those things he called artworks were all so cursed, straight out of Nightmare Fuel. Like, I haven't really checked other Rings artworks aside Albina and her nurse father, so maybe I'm just a noob when it comes to all that. But their stuff's never gave me any art vibes for real. I thought the same. Well, I was terrified at first, yet as I learned more, there were some facets that suited my taste. As far as the appeal in the grotesque creations, what you've told me about Callisto. Looks like he failed to stick to his own advice. There's something. Art is wholly subjective, and one must never expect the understanding of others. Uncanny, though horrible, the beauty that lies in the grotesqueness of it all. Can't say I can't get it, but if you say so. But bloody hell, how did you end up getting used to that kind of thing? Why do you need to understand? You're not an artist, huh? Yeah, I got used to it, but that bastard Callisto's installation artworks caused night terrors and nightmares for. Scabbard moved and Ryoshu came to a pause. It trembled. Was a strange liveliness to it, as it quivered between fear and anticipation. Night terrors, cried from nightmares in the House of Spiders? Was someone who got the ring stuff back in well, was it actually someone who got scared of the ring stuff back in your day? I need to check something. We need to get. We've seen enough here. Let's go back. Yeah, there's nothing else worth checking around here anyway. With the inspection complete, we followed Ryoshu back. She stood in front of the artworks covered in sheets of cloth, lost in thought. Right there. There used to be a huge artwork displayed here. I get what the kind of info struck him, but the bastard went about fussing, saying he needed practice so he wouldn't lose his touch. Mommy! What's wrong? Over there! I thought I could keep it. I told you to keep the expedition in your room. Ah, you returned, Yoshihide. I decided to attempt the installation art at some larger scale this time. But rather, I ran out of space in my gallery. Mommy, people were screaming. Dearest Yoshihide, Arya has yet reached the age where she may be introduced to the world of aesthetics. Surely this wouldn't be a problem. It would. You liking it and me acquiring the taste doesn't mean Arya will. Let's get back to your room. I was hugging something in my arms. It was crying. Saru? No, too big to be Saru. Oh my god, wait, we're piecing it together. The lacerated memories can never be made whole no matter how many fragments are glued together. You could tell Ryoshi knew. We could tell that Ryoshi knew everything we knew about Arya, but never truly reach her. I see the hollow void. This must be Arya. The sensation of emotion that empty began to entangle with Ryoshi's memories. Oh my god. And that makes it possible to reminisce about Arya together. The soft rattle Arya gave seemed to show how pleased she was with this small step. Alright, time to check out the next door. We entered several more back doors that Alan pointed out. Unfortunately, none of the places we ended up stirred Ryoshi's memories any further. Pretty much nothing here. I think we're done, What? How'd they get in here? Oh my god, they got in here again already! Well, alright. The ring says from before. This doubt not how sealed the door earlier, but as these villains come to stand before us once more. They probably infiltrated via an entirely separate route, another back door. As you can see, their objective appears to be the retrieval of the Nurse Father's artworks. Get on with it! We need to move as many pieces as we can before we pull out. Wait, but I thought Robo Uncle's washed. He's got so many fanboy and fangirls here. Does artwork possess value in and of itself? Or is this a case of a pure humus premium death effect? Think about it. So the pieces have already been taken. Of course, they're little value to both their companies. Watching them sweating and struggling to drag those mediocre pieces with them, pretty funny. Imagine those pieces will be labeled with some pathetic notion of heritage connected to my name of their description plaques, pretty unsavory. They may be occupied with transporting those objects for now, but they will likely soon find They will likely soon find cause to harm Wafer and the LCE Personnel Station here, Executive Manager. It would be prudent to eliminate them without delay, considering the ring's reputation. How does this ride better wide them out before they try anything stupid? Guys, looks like we got another job to do. Lend me a hand. The radio didn't buzz, and the Sinner's replies this time, but it should be fine. Oh man, I hope no one else was doing anything there. But alright, remember this is the last one we're probably gonna do, and then we'll raid into someone. For that. I can't get all of the resources there, but we can get close. Okay. We read Faust's as quickly as possible.
지금이 기회입니다.
Because Ishmael's already panicking. Okay. Shit. You don't use that yet. Get more resources for Faust. That sticks, I guess.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Okay.
브레이크 슬랩. 아이씨, 짜증나게.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay, let's get some Sadi in our system.
아름답진 않네. 여행에는 목적이 있었지.
모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아.
아이씨, 짜증나게. 저것들 전부 녹여서 썰어버려도 상관없지?
There we are. Okay, this'll do it. Damn it, you rolled the tails on 70-45 SP. Okay. Oh damn it, that didn't clash with anything.
파우스트가 알아.
Alright, yeah, this is probably gonna be the last thing we're gonna do for now. That'd be an opposed if I did this wrong. Two bloom, alright.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Alright, we're okay.
어떠냐?
Man, we're getting a lot of tails here. Oh, wow, okay. I guess that's why we're losing 5 SP per thing. Okay, we need to keep that in mind later on. Okay, yeah, no, we don't have enough. We don't have enough pride.
어떠냐?
짜증나게.
Oh, damn it! You got staggered.
여행엔 목적이 있었지.
Okay, waste of an eagle, but should be fine. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you're wait, he doesn't have a line. Okay, let's see. Hopefully we Oh damn, it only reached violet. There's no breaking slam there. Like, I'm not sure these guys would have enough health to even do a full breaking slam on. Okay. Oh wow, no more clashing for that.
여행엔 목적이 있었지.
And of course, okay, no. We're getting the full breaking slam. There we are. Oh man. I kind of wonder if other middle IDs would work with Kira here. The last of the ring's infiltrators had been eradicated. Is this all of them? Ryoshi kept glancing at us as if searching for someone, but fortunately, no other ring members were in sight. Remember, where the hell did those... sorry, not remember. Right. But where the hell were those lot coming from anyway? Weren't they just first wave? Had there been more sods legging it that came like they'd been lurking somewhere else? According to the tracking logs recorded by the surveillance devices installed here, they appear to have crossed over from another corner. Another corridor? What precisely does designation another corridor refer to? The room resembling a shopping mall, the one with batches of toys on display. Your company, if I recall it correctly, designated as the corridor of the middle nurse fodder. I suggest we relocate there. Your assigned tasks there have been wrapped up. But before we set up, do you have any information to share in advance? We plan to compile a comprehensive encyclopedia cataloging the notable characteristics of these corridors and all their connections. What's low key connection? Low key. Your cooperation would be most appreciated. You seemed to hesitate, gnawing at the nails as she were going through an inner struggle. Before long, however, she had snapped out of it. She just locked in on the decision. Sure, I got something to tell you, like hella stuff. Some parts are kind of fuzzy, not gonna lie, but I can't recall like 20 places clear enough. It was home for me and Papa, so I got nothing. I never once regarded that fucker's room as a home, and my memories of it are all fragments at best. Scabbard gave a faint, restless stir. Perhaps it would be a comfort for Yoshi in the only way it could. And accompanied by its tremors, we began to move toward this corridor of the middle. Alright, but unfortunately we were gonna have to do that next time. Yeah, we're probably gonna do that next time since I'm probably gonna be late if I do another cutscene. Thank you again, Heathcliff. And it only gives 10 per 20. Jeez, that's inefficient. Yeah, no, you can't find the clear awards like that. But alright. It is 14, then we'll do the rest next time. Hopefully I'll be able to get it. Like, what's the thing? That's like 17 days left? 16. Okay, I have roughly 2 weeks to get all the rewards. No big deal, no big deal. I just need to up my efforts when it comes to farming this. But I'll probably have to farm it when I'm less busy. But alright, for now. Uncharacteristic of me. We had a short stream today. I didn't even have to use any boxes, cause holy shit. Most of that was like story reading. So next week we're going to tackle this again, and if the boss is sufficiently hard, yeah, that's gonna take a while. Honestly, I always have to prepare it for being an eventual Dulciana. Picking nurse fodder seems to be like the sweet spot for difficulty for me though. Like, I actually like the Pinky nurse fodder fight. Kind of seems that no one else had a hard time with Pinky nurse fodder though. In terms of difficulty. I don't know, maybe I'll be able to... What is it? Maybe I'll be able to... get to do it. I definitely need did it after the buff medal though. Alright, let's see who we can raid. Okay, I guess we could raid the Elysial for now. Yeah, I can raid the Elysial. Oh, why did they turn off the music? There's no need to turn off the music. So, thank you for watching, everyone. What is it? What is it? Yeah, next time, let's fight this boss, because, oh man. They've just been buffed and all that, you know? But alright. Hopefully we could do it. Next week for sure. I think next week I have unlimited time since I don't have any appointments though. So that's gonna be fun. Anyway, bye everyone. I'll see you next time. For those that are watching for just Limbus, yeah, catch me on Monday, I guess. Bye. Wow, nothing, huh? No screen? Alright, bye.